Okay, it's the day after Thanksgiving as I'm doing this. Hopefully I'll get this posted tonight. And I just wanted to show you where we're at. Still haven't got the flywheel off. I've got a friend who's got a rosebud for his torch he's going to bring over for me. And we're going to see if we can get that flywheel heated up. But I wanted to show you what we were doing here. I've got connecting rod and the piston separated, which I just hadn't done yet. Wasn't a big deal. Put the wrist pin in. Absolutely no play whatsoever. So we're good to go there. Just need to clean it up, then rethread it. Piston. Got the two rings free. Still got the two rings stuck. I haven't done anything with it yet, but they are separated. So I'm going to set those over here out of the way. I had to redo valves on a 4 horsepower People's Price here last year, so I made valve guides figuring I would be okay for reaming them. And if you stick these in here, you notice they work fine for a 4 horsepower People's Price, but they don't work, so I'm going to have to make new reamer guides for it. I've mixed up some aluminum Bondo, for lack of a better word here. Spread it over the crack. I ground all this down. It was a braze when I got under there. I got it all laid out here a few minutes ago. When I got it apart, and I should have taken a video of this and I didn't, this was not done. This was not, there was no notch cut in the cracks. So I actually had a crack all the way through to the outside on one side, so I went ahead and redid that. Put that off, and then I've got my tap set up here. This happens to be 5/16 by 18 for the carburetor, and since we're here, let's run this in. I already did the bottom hole. I'm just cleaning out all the holes so that we have a good clean area to put our threads back in. Oh, it came loose here. Give me a second. Cleans out the holes really good. You can see all the junk that was in there on the tap. I did make a discovery that I didn't know about, and I should warn everybody about it if I can find it here real quick. Oh, where did I put it? I think I told you in a previous video that we were going to replace the push rod because it was all pitted here. Went to do that and went to take it apart, and I mistakenly assumed that this was threaded all the way up into the square block part. It wasn't. If you look here, there was a second pin right here in this hole. This hole was clean. There was nothing in it. I thought it was just a retainer, so I tried to turn it out and ended up breaking it off. And this pin here was so perfect I couldn't see it until I got out the grinder, or the wire brush, and started cleaning this piece up. And lo and behold, there was another pin in there. So I drove that out, so I'm going to have to turn this on the lathe. I'll make a new, I'll make this so it goes back in, and I've got it, well, I don't have an end mill or a flat bottom bit the correct diameter. So I'm going to have to order that and then clean that out. So just FYI, some of these have that system in them and I did not know it. Let's see what else we got going on here. Picked up some new springs. We're a long ways from doing that. I am going to make new valves. I've started. I haven't got very far. I'm going to show you how I do it. But this is an original Fuller Johnson valve. It's got the thread here, 7/16 shaft. They're both, let's see here, this is the exhaust. Push that in there. I think I showed you before how it's really loose. So we'll ream that out, and we'll upsize that one notch. And then this one here appears to be a replacement, the intake. That should be threaded here. So I don't have the retainer nut, so I'm going to have to make that as well. And I will try to show that on the lathe. The seats, see if I can zoom in here. They really look good. I think all I'm going to have to do is polish them up. Hopefully you can see that. I think just a little facing and then lapping them in, and they'll be fine. I soaked this in the electrolysis tank, and I was correct. There's at least 3 layers of different colors of green paint on this head, and that's a little benefit of electrolysis. A lot of times it'll take off the old nasty paint if they painted right over the rust. So that cleaned it up. I'm hopeful that when my friend gets back from a hunting trip, we can get that flywheel off, and I can show you the governor and everything else, and I'm going to start soaking those in the electrolysis tank and cleaning them up. But that's what I've been working on all day. I know it doesn't seem like much, but it's easier to prep it now than it is to do it over again later. So hopefully Daryl will be back in a week or two. We'll get that flywheel off, and I'll get the whole thing torn down and cleaned up, and you can see a lot of progress next time. Thanks for watching.